I believe Bitcoin is money, and I see it as a replacement for the fiat system we have now. In 20 years, I think you'll be going to restaurants and paying in Bitcoin, checking into hotels and paying in Bitcoin, and even paying your taxes with Bitcoin. I genuinely believe Bitcoin will become the new global currency, replacing the dollar, the euro, and the yen. Now, these transformations take time. Bitcoin's been around for 15 years, and while it's hard to imagine such a sweeping change happening overnight, I think we are heading in that direction. Will Bitcoin completely replace fiat currencies in 20 years? Maybe not entirely, but I think it'll be pretty clear by then that Bitcoin is here to stay. We might still have a sort of dual system where the euro or dollar exists in some capacity, but the majority of people will be using Bitcoin as their primary currency. It's hard to predict exactly how it will play out, but I'm convinced that Bitcoin is the future of money, and its role in our daily lives will only grow.
I believe Bitcoin is money, and I see it as the future replacement for the fiat system we have today. Fast forward 20 years, and I imagine you'll be paying for dinner at restaurants with Bitcoin, checking into hotels with Bitcoin, and even paying your taxes with Bitcoin. I truly think that Bitcoin will become the new global currency, eventually replacing the dollar, euro, yen, and other major fiat currencies. Of course, these kinds of changes take time. Bitcoin has been around for about 15 years, and while it has already made significant strides, a full transition will be gradual. By 20 years from now, I don't think fiat currencies will be entirely gone, but I believe it will be increasingly clear that Bitcoin is taking over. We might find ourselves in a hybrid system where traditional currencies still exist to some extent, but Bitcoin will likely be the primary currency for most people. The key thing is that Bitcoin's trajectory is toward becoming a global standard, and as adoption grows, it will integrate more deeply into everyday transactions. It is hard to say exactly how fast this will unfold, but I am confident that Bitcoin's role in our financial system will only expand, and the shift toward a Bitcoin-dominated world will become undeniable.
Subscribe our channel and press the bell button to get our video notification. And like the video.
Bitcoin represents a different kind of money, one that could serve as both a savings account and a checking account all in one. However, for Bitcoin to truly fulfill that role, I believe we need to see it surpass $1 million per Bitcoin. At that point, it would begin to function as the primary form of money for most people. If everyone were to start using Bitcoin as their go-to currency, I see it reaching somewhere between $5 to $10 million per Bitcoin, depending on factors like inflation and what the price of everyday items like a cup of coffee will be in the future. But regardless of those specifics, I think that's the trajectory we on a fundamental shift in the nature of money itself. Bitcoin is better money, in my view, and it represents a significant change in the global financial landscape. Perhaps even more importantly, it challenges the current system where large governments have the power to print money endlessly for whatever purposes they choose. With Bitcoin, we're looking at a world where that kind of control is no longer possible, shifting power back toward a sound, decentralized monetary system.
Bitcoin signifies a transformative shift in the concept of money, combining the functions of both a savings and a checking account into one. However, for Bitcoin to fully realize this role and become a ubiquitous form of money, I believe it needs to reach a valuation of over $1 million per coin. This threshold would signal its readiness to serve as the primary currency for everyday transactions. If Bitcoin achieves widespread adoption as the standard currency, I project its value could range between $5 to $10 million per Bitcoin. This range takes into account various factors such as inflation rates and changes in the cost of basic goods, like the price of a cup of coffee. Although these variables introduce some uncertainty, the overall trend is clear. Bitcoin is poised to fundamentally alter our understanding of money. This change is not just about Bitcoin being superior money. It's also about challenging the current financial system's ability to print money at will. Bitcoin represents a decentralized, transparent alternative that counters the unchecked power of large governments to manipulate currency and create inflation. This shift has the potential to significantly reshape the global economy, bringing a new level of stability and fairness to how wealth is stored and used. As Bitcoin's role in our financial system grows, it could lead to a major realignment of economic power and offer a more equitable financial future.
Bitcoin follows a regular progression that was first observed by the Italian physicist Giovanni, who initially pointed it out but was largely ignored. Despite the early oversight, his work highlighted an incredible relationship that many have since studied and validated. This relationship, grounded in the power law, offers predictive insights into Bitcoin's future trajectory. The power law suggests that Bitcoin's value could rise to around $1 million per coin over the next decade. However, there's a range of possibilities. On the low end, it could be about $200,000, while on the high end, it might reach $2 million. This range reflects the inherent uncertainty, but also provides a statistical basis for forecasting Bitcoin ES future value. By following these patterns, we gain a better understanding of where Bitcoin might be in 10 years, giving us a sense of its potential growth and the confidence intervals around those predictions.
Bitcoin's price trajectory adheres to a consistent pattern first identified by Italian physicist Giovanni. Initially, his groundbreaking observation went largely unnoticed and was dismissed. Despite this, his work revealed a significant and predictive relationship now recognized and validated by numerous researchers. This relationship, based on the power law, provides a framework for forecasting Bitcoin's future value. The power law suggests that Bitcoin's price could approach around $1 million per coin within the next decade. However, this projection comes with a range of possible outcomes. On the lower end, Bitcoin might reach approximately $200,000, while on the higher end, it could soar to $2 million. This broad range reflects the uncertainties and variables inherent in long-term forecasts, but also offers a statistical basis for understanding Bitcoin's potential growth. By applying this power law and analyzing historical data, we can estimate Bitcoin's future value and assess its likely trajectory. The power law not only indicates a general upward trend, but also provides confidence intervals for where Bitcoin might land in the future. This analysis helps informing a more informed perspective about Bitcoin's long-term potential and the range of possible outcomes based on current statistical patterns.
Subscribe our channel and press the bell button to get our video notification. And like the video.